Okay, Namaskaramulu. Today is another good day that we are going to have another lecture. Maybe this is the last lecture in the series of lectures on Shodasa Samskarams by Dr. Tangirala Visalakshi garu. Let us start the session with Vande Mataram, Pala Chittibabu garu, and then Prarthana by Chavala Visalakshi garu. Pala Chittibabu garu, please.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujala Sufala, Malaya Jasitala, Sasya Syamala Mataram, Vande Mataram. Subrajyosna pulakitayaminim pullakusumita drumadala shobhinim suhasinim sumadhura bhashinim sukhadam varadam mataram vande mataram Vande Mataram. Namaskar.
Vande Mataram. Dhanyavadamulanడి Babu garu. Now let us request Chavali Visalakshi garu to chant Prarthana, please.
Sarvebhyo Namaskara. So let us meditate for a minute and followed by Omkara 3 times. So please gently close your eyes, relax your body, and focus on your breath. Oh. 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 Om Gananam Tva Ganapatikum Havamahe Kavim Kavinamupamashravastamam Jeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspat Anashranvannodipistida Sadhanam Om Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha Om Prano Devi Saraswati Vajinivati Deenam Om Shri Mahasaraswatyai Namaha Gurureva Gatir Gurumeva Bhaje Gurunaiva Sahasmi Namo Gurave Na Gurov Paramam Shishurasmi Guruhu Matirasti Guru Mama Pahi Guru Jnananandamayam Devam Nirmalaspatikakrutam Adharam Sarva Vidyanam Hayagrivamupaasmahe Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavad-pada Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punaha Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrutyorma Amrutam Gamaya Om Shanti 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 मातृदेवो भव पितृदेवो भव आचार्यदेवो भव अतिथिदेवो भव ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम्
ధన్యవాదములండి విశాలాక్షి గారు. Now let us request Tangirala Visalakshi garu to start the webinar, please.
ఓం శ్రీ మహాగణాధిపతయే నమః. ఓం శ్రీ పార్వతీ రాజరాజేశ్వరాభ్యాం నమః. ఓం శ్రీ మేధా దక్షిణామూర్తయే నమః. ఓం శ్రీ మహాసరస్వత్యై నమః. ఓం శివాయ గురవే నమః. ఓం నమః శివాయై చ నమః శివాయ. ఓం నమః శివాయ. In the previous class, we are discussing about the Vivaha. We have already started and spoke a little about the Vivaha Samskara, the 15th Samskara out of Shodasa Samskaras. And we spoke about Gruhini and Gruhasta. There we stopped. From there we have to continue now. Now at the time of marriage, both wife and husband, they take oaths. They took so many votes and they should not trespass and they will not trespass each other in Dharma, Artha and Kama. Dharme cha Arthe cha Kame cha na aticharame na aticharame. Dharme and Dharma, Kama and Artha, in these three, the wife should listen to husband and husband also should listen to wife. They should not trespass each other. But moksha belongs to jiva, so that is different. Now another most important event in the marriage is Kanyadana. Now at the time of Kanyadana, while telling the sankalpa, they seek the blessings of all the gods and then they start the procedure. They pray Brahma Devapatihi, Shiva Pasupatihi, Suryo Grahanam Patihi, Shakro Devapatir Havir Hutapatihi, Skandhascha Senapatihi, Vishnur Yajnapatihi, Yamaha Pitrupatihi, Shaktihi Patinam Patihi, Sarve Te Patayaha, Sumeru Sakitaha Kurvantuvo Mangalam. Thus in several slokas, so many other slokas are there. I just, for example, only one or two I am reciting every time. So thus in several slokas, they prayed so many gods to protect them. Then later they do Dashadanas or even Dwadashadanas also, because Tyagena Ikena Amritatva Manasu says our Upanishad. By Dana Guna and Tyaga Guna, one can become immortal. So in all our rituals, donations, Tyagas, Danas take more important role. These are all Danas only, because whatever they possess, out of them they are giving something. So they are called as either Dashadanas or Shodasadanas. Those who do any Daivakarya or any Supakarya, certainly they give dana of money and other dravyas also to the Brahmins, holy persons, and worthy people, elders, and take their blessings. Hiranyagarpa Samphutam Savarnam Changuliyakam, Savarnam cha Anguliyakam, finger, ring, finger means Ungaramu we say. So ring finger, Sarva Pradam Priyachami, Prinatu Kamalapatihi. So for the pleasure of Sri Mahavishnu, Vishnu means the Sarvavyapaka Chaitanya, the Almighty, Parabrahman. They donate gold because gold is considered to be very holy and lustrous. So Yajna Sadhana Bhutayam Vishwasya Akhauka Nashini Akhavoka Nashini Vishwarupatharo Devaha Priyatam Anaya Gava. Gava means Gomata. Because cow is the Yajna Sadhana. It is by the cow that we get Pancha Gavyas, which are needed for doing Yajna Yagas. So due to her only, anyone can do any Yajna or Yaga or Abhishekas, Puja, etc. So the Panchagavyas we use in Yajnas are obtained by the from the cows only. So she is Samsara Papa Nashini. She completely destroys the sins of remover of sins of all living beings, especially human beings. So by Godana, the god of Vishwarupa is pleased. Sarvesham Asraya Devi Varakena Samudhrita Ananta Sasya Phalada Ata Shantim Prayachame. So Bhumata, Earth Mata, Bhumata is the substratum and solace to the entire universe, we can say, all living beings, pranis. She yields endless crops, fruits, flowers, what are we need in our life to maintain our life livelihood. And she has been uplifted by Sriman Narayana as incarnation of Varaha. So by donating such a pious worthy Bhumata, a part of very powerful Bhumata, that is place, people get tranquility and happiness. That is Bhudana. Suvarna Dana, Godana, Bhudana, there's so many other danas are there. We just only mentioned 3 here. Thus with such sankalpas, rice, wheat, then salt, cow ghee, sesams, nuvulu we say, sesame seeds, then navadhanyas, then cloths, then water, pot full of water, and so many other objects are to be donated to worthy persons. In the process of this Vivaha Karyakrama, the wife and husband, because by the time the marriage is completed, now we can call them as wife and husband, Pati, Patni also. So they perform several yajnas. The power of mantras recited at that time create holiness and protection and give spiritual power, Achatmika Shakti to the people. They pray Garhaspatya Agni to bless the Vathu and with Dirgha Saumangalya, that is longevity should be given to her husband. Now after the marriage, the wife always prays for the protection of her Mangalya only. And that is the safety, health, wealth, longevity and happiness of her husband. The fire god also blesses the couple to get worthy children. Then the couple pray and as per Juloka, they pray Vayudeva, Ashwini Devatas to protect their children. Now in Lajala Homa, which is also very important event in the marriage, the wife and husband pray God with Veda mantras to bless them to live long with mutual love and affection and cooperation and happiness. Later, Vara, the bridegroom, expresses his mind regarding his wishes with her, that is with his life partner, how she should behave with him, what all he wants to get from her. So he expresses, and she accepts all the desires expressed by her husband at that time. So similarly, the wife also expresses her wishes, and even her husband accepts for all the wishes of her. So thus both of them express their dharmika wishes, the wishes which are holy, pious and according to Dharma, according to Shastra. They both express their will and even they want to follow the footprints of Adarsha Dampatis. Adarsha Dampatis of Devatas, Rishi Dampatis, and Manava Dampatis, Sri Sitaramas. This is the greatness of our Sanatana Dharma. The bridegroom says, Raghavendre Yatha Sita, Vinata Kashyape Yatha, Pavakecha Yatha Swaha, Tathatvam Mayi Bhartari. Sudakshina Dilipecha Vasudevecha Devaki, Lopamudra Yatha Agastye, Tathatvam Mayi Bhartari. Atrau Yatha Anasuyacha Jamadagnaucha Renuka, Sri Krishnau Rukmini Yadvat, Tathatvam Mayi Bhartari. Like that, so many other mantras are there taking the Adarsha couple. So thus he tells that the Dampatis, that is the wives of divine couple, how they loved, respected, and followed their husbands. Similarly, even his wife should follow him and just walk at the back of him, supporting throughout the life. And she agrees for all that. Now, next most important event is Saptapadi. Sakha Saptapada Bhava says. So one becomes a friend either by talking 7 words or by walking 7 steps together. They are called as friends. So now while walking these 7 steps, the wife and husband together, holding the finger of wife, husband walks, and she follows the steps of her husband. Then both of them again, they aspire and pray, they express their desires, wishes, they pray gods to bless them. Then to say that our relationship is of 7 births, Sapta Janma Bandha, the Vathu and Varas, they walk these 7 steps. So Vara wishes 7 wishes, he expresses. Then Vathu accepts. They are said through these mantras. Om Ekapade Vishnu Swanayatu. Om Dve Urje Vishnu Swanayatu. Om Trini Rayastoshaya Vishnu Swanayatu. Om Chetvari Mayo Bhavaya Vishnu Swanayatu. Om Pancha Pashupyo Vishnu Swanayatu. Om Shad Rutupyo Vishnu Swanayatu. Om Sakhe Saptapada Bhava Sa Mam Anuvrata Bhava Vishnu Swanayatu. Like that he prays and he tells his wife. Then she accepts. That is, the bridegroom is asking his wife, the bride, to keep 7 steps and recite the mantras praying Sriman Narayana Vishnu Tvam Nayatu. Lord Vishnu should lead you. Where to lead you and how to lead you. Now he is telling to make her those steps fulfilling his 7 desires. Vishnu Tvam Nayatu means may God Vishnu lead you to keep the steps. First step for getting proper food throughout the life, Annalapa, and getting Aishwarya. Second step is for physical and mental strength and stamina. Then third step for getting strength to practice Pancha Maha Yajnas, which are the most important duty of Gruhastas, and Nityanaimittika karmas, Karma Charana. Now fourth step for enjoying Saukya and Sukha, wealth and happiness in life. Now fifth step for getting Putra Sampada, good children, progeny and servants, etc. also. Now, sixth step is for Dharma Rakshana, to serve Rutvits in all 6 seasons, means throughout their life, through all the years, with happiness. And seventh step for safeguarding the Gruhastha Dharma, Gruhastha Asrama Dharmas and spiritual thinking, which should lead to the ultimate goal of their life, the moksha. So while keeping each step, they express what they want, and the husband said like that. Now for each step, the Vathu, wife, is also now telling, expressing her will and wishes now. She says, Dhanam dhanyam cha mishtanam vyanjanajam cha yad gruhe madathinam cha kartavyam Vathu radye pade vadet kutumbam rakshayishyami sadate manju bhashini dukhe dhira sukhe hrishta द्वितीये सा अब्रवीद्वचः पतिभक्तिरता नित्यं क्रीडिष्यामि त्वया सह त्वदन्यं न नरं मंस्ये तृतीया अब्रवीद् इदम् तृतीया सा अब्रवीद् इदम् लालयामि च केशान्तं गन्धमाल्यानुलेपनैः काञ्चनैर्भूषणैः स्तुभ्यं तृतीया सा पदे वदेत् आर्ते आर्ता भविष्यामि सुख दुःख विभागिनि तवाज्ञां पालयिष्यामि पंचमे सा पदे वदेत् यज्ञे होमे च दानादौ भविष्यामि त्वया सह धर्मार्थ काम कार्येषु वधू षष्ठपदे वदेत् अत्रांशे साक्षिणो देवाः मनोभाव प्रबोधिनः वचनं न करिष्यामि सप्तमे सा पदे वदेत्. So she says that Thana, Dhanya, Vyanjanas, etc. all should be under her control, because the moment she steps into in-laws house, she will start taking care of, taking the in charge of kitchen, and she all cook items needed for cooking and all, and she will cook and feed all family members. She says she will speak pleasingly. She will take care of the family members, all family members. She will stand firm in hardships and pleasant at happy moments, situations in life. She will walk following her husband as Pativrata. She will never think of Parapurusha other than her husband, even in dream. She will wear flowers, ornaments, sandal paste, etc., decorate herself neatly, beautifully, and amuse her husband. She will share sukha dukkhas with him, husband, and obeys him always and follows his commands and wishes. She will accompany him in yajna yagadi karyas, nitya naimittika karma charana dana karyas, etc. All the gods are witnesses. She says that all the gods are witnesses for these my promises which I am doing now. So the gods are witness, and she has to keep up her words throughout the life in behaving with her husband and in-laws. Now all these are the votes the Vathu takes and tells at each step of Saptapadi with such pious feelings, bhavanas, when both wife and husband, they want to lead a very happy life throughout whole life. Then how can they get separated? How can they become take all these divorces and become separated? So in our custom, in our tradition, in our samskaras, this sort of taking divorce is not at all there, only mutual cooperation. Both of them should cooperate each other and lead full life happily. So in the foreign countries it is there, but it is not ours, because we are taking such promises in front of gods, elders, fire god, and all the witnesses. They are all sakshis. So this is the, because she is accepting to all her husband's wishes, and also declares that she will be in charge of kitchen, taking care of all the family members' health, wealth, happiness, and everything. She then onwards becomes completely the member of that family. So her surname changes. Inti Peru, we say, the name which originally she gets by the birth from her father and mother, that would be changed, and husband's surname Inti Peru, we say, that comes to her. This is the parakasta of Grihasthasrama Svikara. Now both of them took Grihasthasrama. Now they became Dampati, sound Dampatya Dharma. Now they are following. So by this the Vivaha Bandha becomes very strong. Now after this Saptapadi Gamana, the bridegroom blesses the bride, who bows down and salutes, does namaskara to his feet with love and devotion. Now next the priest shows the Dhruva Nakshetra in the sky to the bridegroom. The Vara puts his hand over the right shoulder of Vatu and shows her that Dhruva Nakshetra and says that even our marital bond relationship should be as strong as that of that Dhruva Nakshetra, which is very firm and strong, that exists forever in the sky. And so he says, Om Mama Vrate te Hridayam Dathami, Mama Chittam Anuchittam te Astu, Mama Vacham Ekam Anuja Anajushasva, Prajapatiswa Niyunaktu Makyam, Prajapatihi Tvam Niyunaktu Makyam. So keep your heart in my heart, keep your mind in my mind. Chitta means mind. Make your mind my mind. That is what all I think. Such ideas should come into your mind. Whatever you think, such ideas should come into my mind mutually. So by mind and words, we should be equal. God's preceptor Bruhaspati may instigate you to please me by your thought, words, and deeds. So while reciting these mantras, he touches the heart of his wife, that Vatu, and by that touch, both their hearts get united. So, and they should become inseparable physically and mentally also. Now again, he should recite this mantra while seeing into her eyes. Om Sumangali Riyam Vathurimam Sameta Pashyata Saubhagyamasmai Datva Yathastam Viparetana. Now this Vathu is very auspicious, holy, Mangala Swarupini. I may obtain all auspiciousness along with her to be in the company of her. Then he keeps her on his left thigh with love and care. She also happily comes and sits on her husband's left thigh. Then again she recites 7 mantras, mantra shlokas, and she takes both. Now she is taking both, sitting on his lap. Tirtha Vratodhyapana Yajna Vrata Udhyapana Yajna Danam Maya Sahatvam Yadikim na Kuryaha Vamangamayami Tada Tvadeyam Jagada Vakyam Prathamam Kumari Havya Pradhanaihi Amaran Pitrunscha Kavya Pradhanaihi Yadi Pujayethaha Vamangamayami Tada Tvadeyam Jagada Kanya Vachanam Viteyam Kutumba Raksha Parane Yaditvam Kurya Pasunam Paripalanam Cha Vamangamayami Tada Tvadeyam Jagama Kanya Vachanam Trutiyam, etc. Thus 7 slokas are there. I recited only 3. While doing all righteous deeds like Tirtha, Vrata Ujjapana, Vratas or Nomus, etc., Yajna, Danas, etc., Naimiti Karmas, etc., I will come to your left side and participate along with you. While offering Havyas to gods and Kavyas to Pitru Devatas in Agnihotra, I will be at your left side always. I will be on your left side and give support to you in doing the works of maintaining the family, taking care of animals, birds, beasts, Prakriti, nature and all. Thus several oaths she takes, and whenever whatever she says, she has to follow. So at whatever incidents she will take, be by his side. She explained and give full support to him, and he becomes very much amused and happy. Thus, when once they promise, how can they trespass that? They cannot. So the girls and boys who are going to get married, they should know the chastity and pious sanctity of the marriages and the incidents, their meaning, the mantras, the meanings of mantras. They should know and then get married. Then they will live long happily. The Vara is very much pleased by her words, and so he says to her, Madiya chittanugatam cha chittam sada madagnya paripalanancha pativrata dharma parayanatvam kuryat sada sarvamimam prayatnam. You always be interested in pativratya dharma. Let your mind be fixed on me. Please obey my feelings always. Have interest in doing the actions befitting to my votes and your votes. So with these words, he keeps Sindura at the papita, that is the parting, the sharing part of the forehead, the parting place of forehead of her face. So that Sindura should remain forever on her forehead lifelong. So that is, she has to keep Sindura every day then onwards. So before marriage, when they are Kanyas, they keep only normal Bindu, the Bottu Tilakam or Kunkuma. At the time of marriage, the Vara keeps this Sindura. So then onwards, she has to keep. By seeing Sindura at the forehead, people come to know that that girl got married. So they see her with respectable feelings. So it is very essential. As a part of marriage, Vara shows Arundhati Nakshatra to Vadhu. The couple think of Arundhati and Vasishta, the holy couple, sage couple. They bow down to them. In our tradition, every newly married couple, they would ask to see this Arundhati Nakshatra and bow down to Arundhati and Vasishtas, both of them. Because we salute them because it is the dharma of us to bow down to the inseparable and holy couple who are adarsha to us. We have to follow them. Though Saptarshi Mandala is there, all the wives of all 7 sages are pativratas. They are very holy, very chaste women, who are to be saluted, bow down by us. Even then we salute specially, particularly to Arundhati Mata only, because she could not bear the separation of her husband even for a second, for a moment. So she followed him and stayed there as in the form of star when he went to the sky and stood there as a star. So that is the speciality. So we should salute her. Now similarly, the wife and husband, they should be inseparable throughout their lives as our Arundhati and Vasishta. So to grasp this message, the priest asked the newly married couple to bow down to Arundhati Nakshatra. Thus our Vaidika marriage sacrament, our Vivaha, is endowed with such several deep inner meanings, holy incidents and secrets are there in the marriage. With such samskaras and mantras, they purify the Vara and Vadhu, but mostly they purify the Vadhu excessively, because by the mantras, when she is purified, she becomes Vardhi, to be a Gruhini, as we say, Adapilla. She behaves similarly. Otherwise, such sanctity may not be there. It is she who has to keep up the dynasty of her in-laws by getting children, and also she should keep up the happiness of the entire family and especially her husband, and keep up the prestige of family. If a very selfish wife, a very selfish girl who does not follow these traditions, who behaves independently with svecha pravritti, if such a girl comes as a wife, kuparyaya jivitam nashtam, his life will be destroyed. He cannot lead happy, peaceful life. The family members, especially in-laws, aged people, they cannot live happily with peace of mind. When every moment that girl is making them suffer, how can they live? So with such holy mantras, the mind and behavior of the girl are purified by our Veda mantras. So that is the inner meaning behind this purification with mantras. Many items of social security and well-being of mankind also are hidden in all the samskaras given to us by our Maharshis, all Shodasa Samskaras. There are so many scientific, spiritual, and health related inner meanings and reasons among several events of this marriage. Before marriage, only the youth should know what the marriage means, what sort of bondage is this, what promises they are doing. Nowadays, the girl should know more than boys. Boys are always mostly obliging the girls, but the girls are not obliging their husbands in certain families. So both of them should be given this sort of instructions. So the most important event among this Vivaka, another most important event is keeping Jira and Jaggery paste on over the heads of both Vara and Vadhu. In fact, by keeping this Jira Jaggery paste, we consider that the marriage celebration is completed, and yet they tie, that is the Vara ties Mangala Sutra to Vadhu. Why this keeping Jaggery Jira paste is given such an important role in marriage is because exactly on that Subha Muhurta, the priest makes both of them to keep the paste, this Jira Jaggery paste, they keep on a betel nut leaf, and with that they have to keep over the heads mutually at the same time. At that time, at least for 5 minutes, both the bride and bridegroom should see into their own eyes mutually. They should see. They should not see hither and thither, or photographers or somebody else, or friends who are giving any gifts or something. So at that time, into whomever eyes they see, they will get attracted by them. So both the wife, that is the bride and bridegroom, should see mutually, so that they mutually will get attracted towards them. When this Jira Jaggery paste is kept on the Brahmarantra Sthana of Vara and Vadhu, the magnetic power flows from the eyes into their, that is through their eyes, it flows into their body. So whomever they see, that magnetic power of attraction flows. That is why Vara should see into the eyes of Vadhu, and Vadhu should see into the eyes of Vara only and not others. Because this attraction comes there, and thereby the love develops in them. They become so strong that they become one physically, mentally, and spiritually also, and they become inseparable, just as the Jira Jaggery paste is inseparable. That is, when Jira is made into powder a little, and Jaggery is also cut a little, and both of them should be grinded, and then both become inseparable. So just as this Jira has become inseparable with Jaggery, this wife and husband also become inseparable. And this mixture got magnetic power. So by keeping this paste on Sahasrara Chakra, that Sahasrara Chakra gets opened, and into that, from that, the place from where Paramatma entered into our body, the attraction and feeling of love also enters into both the hearts of both wife and husband, that is Vara and Vadhu. Mutually they get affection, love for each other. So this is the secret behind this, or scientific reason behind keeping this Jira and Jagari. All this process takes place even without the knowledge of anybody. They do not know that such power is there to that yet. The power is there to this Jira Jagari paste when recited with the mantras. The Veda mantras got such wonderful power. And with that bondage of uh, love and responsibility, they have to start their Dampatya Jivita. Now, this is the most scientific secret behind our marriage ceremony. So, by keeping this Jira Jagari paste, we consider the marriage is complete, and then also Mangala Sutra would be tied by Vathu, which is also having great significance, even that, because that Mangala Sutra Dharana, we say, it contains Navatantus, 9 threads, and Vara has to keep 3 knots there over the neck of Vadhu. So these 9 tantus are there. Nava Mangala Gauri Devata Swarupas exist over those, that is in those Navatantus. And this Mangalya Devata takes care of her Mangalya, and she protects both of them and gives longevity to her husband. So this Mangala Sutra, that is the thread, normal cotton thread, 9 tantus made into one rope, one thread, and besmeared with holy Mangalya Dravyas, Pasupu, and then that is turmeric. And then turmeric and kunkuma should be kept at the 3 knots by Vara, and they have to bow down to Mangalagauri Devata. Then Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati, 3 Devata, 3 Shaktis exist in those 3 knots which he is keeping. So these Navatantus got such significance, and the 3 knots which Vara keeps also got such good significance. Now, later both these Vara and Vathu, now the marriage is completely, almost all most important events are completed, and marriage is performed, and they became Dampatis. Now they have to give tambulas to elder people, elder couple, wife and husbands. And even though this is considered as a Veduka, we say as an entertainment, yet there is Adhyatmikata also, and the desire of living happily, happy life is also there. In all the other incidents, which are the ceremonies which are being followed afterwards in this marriage ceremony. So the Tambula, they take, the elder couple, they take and bless the couple, this newly married couple, to live long. And also this monk, then they pray a moon god to give peace of mind to them. They bow down to Ishta Devatas, Kula Devatas, Pitru Devatas, and everybody. Then Vara says to Vathu, Prajame Kamaha Samruchyatam. Then that is keeping these 3 knots also he wishes. And then this, what we call, the rice we pour, talambralu we say. While pouring this talambralu also, though we consider this as a Veduka, even very great significant scientific reasons also are there, and holy spiritual reasons are there. 3 times the priest makes Vara and Vathu pour mutually, besmearing the milk, cow milk over the hands, and then pours rice there, pure white rice, or rice smeared with a little cow ghee and then turmeric powder, a little kunkuma. Those we consider as talambralu. So with such talambralu, they pour 3 times, and then at that time he wishes, Prajame Kamaha Samruchyatam, I wish to get good children for us. Now second wish, he says, Pashavo me Kamaha Samruchyatam. One should get cattle in those days now. I wish that our cattle should grow. That is, we should become prosperous and we should get wealth. Pashavo me kamaha samruchyatam. Now, third desire is yajno me kamaha samruchyatam. The yajnas I perform should increase. I should be able to perform many yajnas, which are the duties of Grihastha. And you should cooperate with me in doing these yajnas and obtaining all these three wishes. So thus, then after these 3 times, then 4th time onward, they pour this talambralu over the heads of Vara and Vathu mutually, enjoying themselves. There, even the parents, elders, everybody, they enjoy encouraging this couple. Now, in our Sampradaya, marriage is called as Pani Grahanam, that is holding the hand mutually. The Vara holds the hand of Vathu. That is why in our tradition, the girls, they never touch the hands of Parapurushas. At the time of marriage, they have to touch the hand of their husband, her husband. Even if anyone come to our house normally, in our tradition custom, if we want to give water also, we keep the glass of water just either on the table or on the ground or somewhere, and they will take themselves and take. We should not, and we will not give to their hands. So normally, since childhood to almost they cross over 60s or 70s, then of course the whole universe becomes one to them spiritually. Then at that time, in fact, such restrictions may not be there. Even then, they should follow in our tradition. So in the marriage, Vara takes the hand of Vathu and takes her to the Vedic altar, that Homakunda. Athainam Uttaraya Dakshine Haste Grukitva Agnim Agnimadhyamaniya. Aniya means having brought. He brings her, and then they do a Prathana Homa of marriage. Thus he holds the right hand of Vathu, that is considered as Pani Grahana. Grahana means to take. Janaka Maharaja, at the time of celebrating Sita Rama's marriage, offering Sita Mata's hand to Sri Rama, he says, Iyam Sita Mama Suta Chaye Vanugata Tava Priticha Chainam Bhadram Te Panim Gruhnishva Panina. You take the hand with your hand. She will follow you like your shadow. So you take care of her, and there would be auspiciousness to you by taking her hand. So Pani Grahana means only holding the hand with holy mantras is considered as marriage. So many other incidents also are there in our Yayati Charitra. We know how Devayana says, when Devayana, she fell into the well, this king just gives his hand to help her to pull her and come up. She says, because you caught hold of my hand, Pani Grahana is over, so you should marry me. So thus the marriage takes place. Even though he is Kshatriya, she is a Brahmin girl, the daughter of Sukracharya. So now, by this we know that this Pani Grahana is also very important incident in the marriage. Now the priests of both sides, Vara and Vathu, they recite the pravara of both dynasties once again. Now at the time of Kanyadana, bride's father wishes the feet of Vara, considering him to be Lakshmi Narayana Swarupa Vara, and worships with the mantras as Sri Lakshmi Narayana Swarupaya Varaya Idam Asanam, Idam Arkyam, Idam Padyam, like that. The girl's father worships the feet of Vara and then does Kanyadana. Then he offers his daughter's hand to him. Even that Kanyadana incident is also of great significance spiritually and scientifically also, and by all means, Naitika also, by morally also, because that is binding. Now he prays God's, this girl's father. Namo Swanantaya Sahasramurtaye Sahasra Padakshi Siroru Bhagave Sahasra Namne Purushaya Shaswate Sahasra Koti Yugatharine Namaha. While offering ahutis in yajna, we say Agnaye idam namama, Indraya idam namama, Rudraya idam namama. Like that we say to whomever God we offer the oblations, that is these ahutis, we say that belongs to that God and not mine. But in Kanya Dana, though it is Dana, the girl's father says only, I am giving her to you. He never says Namama. Because even after marriage, the girl is their daughter only. So throughout the life, even though she goes to her real family, yet she is the daughter of her mother and father. So they should have that sort of affection on her, care on her, and also the that is, even she, if necessity comes, she should take care of her parents also. That is why she belongs to both the families now onwards. At the time of Kanyadana, the father says with these slokas, that is the girl's father, Kanyam Kanaka Sampannam Kanakaparanai Yutam Dasyami Vishnave Tupyam Brahmaloka Jigishaya Kanye Mama Agratu Puya Kanye me Devi Parshvayo Kanye me Sarvato Puya Tvaddana Tumoksham. By this dana I will get moksha. Vishwamphara Sarvaputa Sakshinyaha Sarva Devata Imam Kanyam Pradasyami Pitrunam Taranaya Vai Kanyam Salankrutam Satvim Sushilam Sudhimate Prayataha Aham Prayachami Dharma Kamartha Siddhaye. By doing Kanyadana, the girl's father gets moksha. They want to do Kanyadana with the desire of acquiring Brahmaloka. Also they say Dasa Purvesham, Dasa Aparesham. That is, and their dynasty. So, including him, 21 dynasties would get salvation by performing one Kanyadana properly according to Shastra. That is the greatness of this Kanyadana. Now, after the marriage is over, the priest ties the uttari of Vara with the pallu of this Vadhu's sari. And he keeps a big knot that is considered as Brahma Mudi. That is the knot tied by Lord Brahmadeva, Chaturmukha Brahmadeva, and that knot will never get separated. That will all live forever, lifelong. So tato vadhuvara chelanchalayo suvarna phala sahitam uttarena anuvakena brahma granthim grathnati yoga kshemasya kluptyai, to obtain yoga and kshema. So for the safety of Vara and Vadhu, to make them Mithuna means Dampati, to make them Santanavanta, for bringing Patnitva to her and Patitva to him, they should live together and they have to perform so many other yagas also. Thus, with so many Shubhakamanas, the priest tells mantras, Yo Vaitam Brahmano Veda Amrute Navritam Purim Tasmai Brahmacha Brahmacha Ayu Kirtim Prajam Daduhu Brahma Granthi Muhurta Sumuhurtostu. So with such mantras, the priest puts the knot Brahmamudi. That knot remains till she enters into in-laws, mother-in-law's house. Then later on, she can change the sari, keeping that knot. Now another important, that is after doing Deepa Prajvalana, then she can change the sari. Till that time she will not. Now another most important event in the marriage is Lajala Homa. While reciting the mantras, Vadhu is asked to press the Sannikallurai, a very holy stone, normally which is considered to be the symbol of Gauri, Mangala Gauri Devi. And also here, this that is, while worshipping, keeping at Puja Gruha, we consider that Sannikallurai to be Mangalagauri Swarupini. Now here at this stepping the Sanikalu stone, that stone is considered to be a symbol of strength and valor and strength of mind. Atishtena mashmana mashmevatvam stira bhava apitishta pritanyata sahasva pritanayataha. This is what he says to her. Vara and Vathu, both of them take a decision that they also will be as strong as that of this stone and stay firm even when any bad incidents occur in the life, any calamities come there, whatever incidents be in their life. So in Lajalahoma, bride's brother also takes part there, and Vara honors him with Chandana, Gandha, etc. Then he gives him Tambula along with clothes and keeps Pelalu in the hands of Vathu, and then Vathu goes around the fire and they pour this Lajalu, Pelalu, we say, in that is fried rice, into that Agni. So she goes around the fire and then offers Lajalu into Agnihotra, wishing the long life of her husband. Now wife and husband perform homas. They pray Aryama god, then Surya Bhagavan through Agni Deva. Now both Vara and Vathu, they take hands full of water and then they offer arkyas to all the gods, Saptarshi especially, and also Arundhati Mata and Vasishta with so many mantras. Kashyapotri Bharadwajo Vishwamitrotha Gautamaka Vasishto Jamadagnischa Saptaite Saptarshayaka Saptaite Rishayas Tatha Patni Sahita Sapta Rishipyo Namaka Idamarkyam Samarpayami. Along with the wives, we are bowing down to Saptarshis along with their wives, and we are offering these arkyas. Then Arundhati Mahadevi Vasishta Priyapamini Dampatyo Rakshanarthaya Idamarkyam Dadamyakam Arundhati Devyai Namaka Idamarkyam Samarpayami. So like that they have to pray specially Arundhati Mata and offer arkya. Stali Paka or Stali Pakwa, we say, is another most important event in the marriage. In Stali Paka, Vathu cooks rice for the first time after her marriage, and both wife and husband perform homa and offer this rice with cow ghee to all the gods through fire god. This makes it clear that the Vathu, as soon as the marriage is celebrated, she started to cooperate her husband in dharmika karyas and daiva karyas and yajna karyas. But mostly our people, because they do not know this significance, they think that this is for the last time the girl is cooking at her parents' house. That is not parents' house. That is the yajna shala, a marriage hall, in fact. Vaivahika shala, vivaha shala. Now another important event is Nagavalli. Even Nagavalli is very important event. In Nagavalli, Vara puts mattelu, we say, a sort of silver rings to the second finger of both the feet of this girl. Then also he puts black beads garland over the neck of her, that is his wife. Those black beads, they should be tied through the thread by unmarried girls, kanya, we say. The silver rings of feet stimulate the nervous system by which her uterus would be protected and her mind gets peace and happiness, becomes very cool and pleasant, and she could control her feelings and senses, and she gets dignified behavior. This is the spiritual reason and scientific reason behind the mattelu. Now, by wearing the chain of black beads, she will be protected from evil sight. Drishti dosha, Nara Drishti will not fall on her. So, black beads remove that defect of even sarpadoshas. So, black color is favorite color to Senischara, Shenigraha. So even he would favor them. Any sort of any doshas would not occur to them. So many causes are there. So in marriage celebration, they make Vara and Vathu play a sort of spectacle or show called as Parvati Parameswara Sallapa, Prathananguliyaka Veduka, we say. So the priest tells Vara and Vathu that he would drop a gold ring into a big jug-like thing where water is there, full of water, and both of them should keep their hands, right hands, and whoever picks up that gold ring first and comes out, her words will be followed by her life partner. So this is only for a sort of entertainment, amusing, and also because they are unknown till that time, to make them get intimacy, because while taking that stone, both of them have to search there with the hands, then mutually they touch both the hands. So even that sparsha gives them a sort of happiness and love towards them, and then develops intimacy on them. Even this is another reason behind this sort of Veduka. In the Vivaha Mahotsava, sprinkling of Vasanta, handing over the Vathu to Vara and his family members. Prior to that, Vara and Vathu, they give Dampati Tambulas and Bomma Appagintalu, we say. All these will be celebrated, and all of you know all this. The most important events of Vivaha Kratu are Snatakotsava for Vara and Gauri Puja to Vathu. The male marriage people, they celebrate Snataka and marriage takes place. In Vara, and then of course we can leave all this. Kasi Yatra is very important, and that is a sort of Veduka also. Aham Kasim Gamishyami. He says then a girl's brother comes and he keeps Jagari, then a sort of, that is Bellamu we say. Then he requests him that you please do not go to Kasi. You marry my sister. She is very virtuous and very handsome. Then he agrees. Then the marriage takes place. A sort of spirituality is there even there. The boy wants to go to Kashi to learn knowledge. Then he has already studied but wants to get Achyatmika Vidya. So when once that Achyatmika Vidya is acquired by him, he will get sannyasa asrama. He desires, he will not have any desires for worldly enjoyments. So at that time, they say that you do not go alone, you marry her, and along with her, you can go. When he goes along with wife, he naturally leads holy life. So the Vathu will be given Gauri Mantra at that time, and Gauri Mantra with such utmost respect and devotion, wishing the longevity of her husband, she has to do. So with the Kunkuma, she has to worship Gauri Mata, Mangala Gauri Devi. The longevity of her husband depends upon her this Gauri Mantra Japa and Puja. Now, as the last event of marriage, the bride will be handed over to her husband and also to all the in-laws, the family members, mother-in-law, sister-in-law, brothers, sisters, and all. Then at that time, her father says, Astavarsha Bhavet Kanya Putravat Palitamaya Idanim Tavadasyami Dattam Snehena Palaya. Then the mother and father of Vara and Vara also, they have to say, yes, we will take care of her. Dattam Snehena Palayami, like that they have to say. The mother of Vathu keeps rice, green gram, pesalu we say, that is for coolness. And also a root called as kanda, a sort of vegetable, the root which comes, kanda pilaka we say, in the upper garment of Vathu. And she puts a knot, she ties that, and that would be tied to the waist of Vathu while sending her to her in-laws' house. Rice is for peace of mind, green grams for coolness, and this Kanda Pilaka, we say this indicates that her dynasty should develop, should grow well, very well, just as this one Kanda Pilaka, Pilaka means the sprout, gives birth to many sprouts. So behind all these events of Vivaha Samskara, there are several scientific reasons and well-being of human beings exist. Vivaha is a kratu, it is a yajna, it is not just an entertainment, it is pious activity. In fact, all people are aware of the procedure of marriage and all the events, but antararthas, the meanings of mantras and the reasons behind the events, it is very important, and it is much more important to be known by all people. So as far as possible, as time permitted, I just narrated a few, and most important, almost I covered, I think, of all the marriage incidents. So within this 1 hour or 1.5 hours maybe. Then the marriage procedure, all of you are aware, but even then in 5 minutes, I'll just mention how the marriage has to take place. I will not explain because all of us are aware of all these and we are doing accordingly only. So I'll just give a gist and then stop this samskara. Then last samskara antyeshti should be completed by today. It is said, Kanya varayate rupam, mata vittam, pita shrutam, bandhava kulam ichanti, mrishtanam itare janaha. That is, Kanya, the girl always wants that her husband should be handsome. Vara also wishes that she should be very handsome and very beautiful because they are just youth. But Mata, the mother of the girl, she thinks that the boy's parents should be wealthy. They should have rich property, and also that the girl will lead all her life happily. They need not have to suffer for maintaining or eating. But father wishes that the Vara should be well educated. When he is educated, he will be cultured and he knows everything and he will behave properly with her. But all the relatives of both the parties, they wish only beautiful, good, tasty food. Murishtanam, they say, Murishtana with all Panchapakshas, and also after marriage, they feed all the people with all Panchapaksha bhojanas. Now the events of marriage in sequence are number 1, number 2, I will not tell, just I am telling. The sankalpa to do the marriage of girl and boy, the parents should take. Now second is Kanya Varana, searching for a bride. Now keeping sumuhurtas for Nishya Tambulas and Vivaha, and to get the Lagna Patrika written by the priest, Daivagnyas, astrologers. Now with the parties to sit together, both the parties should sit together in the presence of some Machavartis and discuss about the procedure of marriages, because the customs may differ a little to both of them. So to clear that, they have to talk. Now after the marriage is fixed, now whitewashing the house of both, decorating the house with, we say mugulu, rangoli and all, then colors, then this white, yellow paint, then red dots, etc. Then next point is to take Nishchaya Tambulas, engagement we say nowadays, to worship Vinayaka and to tie Mudupu we say. Then after doing Vinayaka Puja and doing Mudupu only, we start to do the works of marriage. Now to start the works of marriage, first they have to bring turmeric and kunkuma to the house because they are Mangalya Dravyas. Now printing of wedding cards. The works to be done immediately are inviting gods to come to the marriage, giving them by giving them the wedding cards, going to the temples also, and then in the house also, to Ishta Devatas, Kula Devatas and Pitru Devatas, they should give this wedding card and invite them. Now to start inviting relatives and friends, starting with elderly couple first. Then to do Mangala Snanas and to make the girl and boy ready for marriage. To do Pelikuduku, Pelikuturu we say. Then Pasupu Danchatamu we say, to grind the turmeric beads, then that powder should be used for at the time of making this again Peligutru Peliguduku at the time of marriage. Now on the marriage day to do Mangala Snana, we use this powder for both bride and bridegroom to arrange for Vididi, the house, that is the rooms for bridegroom's party, because they come from other places. They have to be, the place is to be provided by girl's father. Then Edurkolu we say, that is inviting them, going, they should go and invite them. Then of course breakfast they have to provide because they have traveled and come. Then the priest should start the events with Vinayaka Puja by both the parties, Vara and Vatu. Then Raksha Bandhana, then Nandi Devata Puja, Pitru Devata Puja. Then they have to invite Pitru Devatas there. They invite all the gods to come to that place where this marriage is taking place. So all the gods, Mukoti Devatas, we say, they will come and be present there. All Pitru Devatas will come and they will be present there. Then Samavartana Snatakotsava, then Kashi Yatra for Vara, then Kanyavarana, then Sadasya, we say Vara Puja, to read Lagna Patrika by both the parties and inviting for marriage mutually. Both the parties do it and the priest will make them. First, Vathu's parents should invite Vara's parents, then Vara's parents invite Vathu's parents, then Panakapu Bindelu, we say, then sweet, the water mixed with jaggery, it's pepper, etc. That should be provided to all people and they have to drink that, because that gives a sort of spirituality to them, and also digestive power would be increased, and they are noru teepi chesukovam, we say, that is to take sweet something into, because this is holy marriage, auspicious incident. Now these the Bindelu, we say, the parts into which this Panakamu is there, they will be handed over to Vara, that is Vara's parent mother, and she gives them to her daughters. So that is the custom traditionally. Now priest makes the parties, both the parties, to do Vinayaka Puja. Then Gauri Mantra would be given to that girl, Vadhu, and she has to worship Gauri Mata till they again call her to come to the place. Now Gotra, Pravara, Patana, both of them would do there only at Gauri Puja. Then Uttara Jantyas and Patu would be given to Vara by girl's parents. Then Vara Puja they do, Madhuparka, then Kanyadana, Lagnastaka Patana, Terasella we say. Terasella is till the marriage is completed. This Jira jaggery paste is kept. They should not see each other. So a sort of cloth would be kept in between this Vara and Vathu the moment she comes there from Gauri Puja. Then Sumuhurta, Churnika. Churnika is Jira jaggery paste. Then Vathu Vara Samikshanam, they have to see. Then Yugachidra Abhisheka. Then Madhuparka Vastras, coming with Jyotis. The girl should be brought along with Jyotis in front of her, and with the talambralu and with flowers and all. Then Mangala Sutra Dharana, Yoktra Dharana, Akshata Aropana, it is Talambrala Veduka. Akshata Aropana, pouring the Akshatas. Pushpamala Dharana, Karpura Chandana, Mala Dharana. Then Brahma Mudi. Then Raksha Bandhana, Pani Grahana, Prathana Homa, Saptapadi, Sannikallurayi, the stone. Then Lajala Homa, Nagavalli, Dhruva Nakshatra Darshana, Arundhati Nakshatra Darshana, Arkhya Pradana, Stali Paka, then Sadasyam, Veda Patanam, Veda Ashirvachana should be given to both Vara and Vathu, and also to the parents of Vara and Vathu, and also to all the relatives, friends, whoever come there. Brahmanas, they should give their Mahadashir Vachanam, which got very power, spiritual power in those blessings, Ashirvachanas. Then Vara and Vathu and their parents should honor all the Kanapatis, the priests, whoever gave this Mahadashirvachanam with Tambula and Puri Dakshinas, Vastras and all. Then Seshavoma. Then Palahara Pallalu, we say the plates of eatables. The girls, mother gives to Varas, Vathu's mother gives to Varas Mathu, and she later distributes them to all neighbors, relatives, whoever could not come to marriage and all. Then Alakapanpu, we say, Nakabali, Kotnalu, we say that marriage feast, Pelli Bhojanalu, we say. Then Bhujam Bantulu, that is playing with flower ball. They make this Vara and Vathu play to bring intimacy among them. And Parvati Parameswara Sallapa. Then Bomma Pagintalu, the handing over a doll, Bomma Pagintalu. Then Dampati Tambulas. Then real Appagintalu, handing over Vathu to Vara and in-laws. Then Nadikattu, we say, that is tying this Kandapilaka, etc. Along with Chalimidi, we say, this is very important for us. Chalimidi we keep for Kadupu Chalava, we say, for the happiness. Then Sare Pradana, the Vathu's parents, mother should give Sare to her while sending to in-laws house. Then Drishti Hosha, Drishti Dosha Pariharartham, we say that Drishti Dosha, Drishti Tiyatamu, we say that should be removed to both couple, this wife and husband, Vara and Vathu, with the water. In the water, we mix this turmeric powder and then sunnamu, we say, sodium. So with that, it becomes red color. Then bride enters into Vara's, that is Vididi Gruha, and later real Gruha Pravesha. Along with her, he enters into his house after marriage. Then they both of them perform Satyanarayana Vrata, then Bhojanas, etc. Then 3 days sleep at the house of Vara, bridegroom, and 3 days sleep at Vathu's house, both. Then after that, Garbhadhana Samskara at the night, first night, when it is performed at the girl's house, then this would be performed. Then to give Vodibiyam to her, to the girl by her mother, and sends to in-laws house. Then 16 days festival. When the marriage is celebrated on the 16th day, again, this would be celebrated as a very good festival. And both the Mangala Sutras would be tied separately at the time of marriage. Then they should be tied into one holy thread, keeping a sort of gold and then black beads, pearls, then corals and all, that should be tied. And by once again, the Vara has to tie into the neck of Vathu. Or even mother-in-law can do that. Mother should be there, of course, of girl. Then Vathu and Vara start to lead very happy life, Dampatya Jivita, married life, and Vara, along with her husband and his parents, she has to start to lead her life. Now here ends the marriage samskara, and Grihasthasrama Dharma Palana starts. Now by just listening to these 73 or 75 events, I think all of us can guess what we have to do. And of course, we are all doing. So it is already taught to us. Now all of us are aware, and you are all aware of all these procedures. So the inner meanings, now you try to recollect, and the meanings of all the mantras are very much important to know, and you keep them in mind and then understand. I think you have understood all these points and significance. Now this Vivaha Samskara, we can stop here, and 16th Samskara is Antyeshti Samskara, the last rites performed to the Jiva. Out of Shodasa Samskaras, this is the last one. Now, starting even before the birth of the Jiva, it started. Throughout his life, it continued. Then,
Okay.
after a very holy, happy life, at the end, after 100 years, when he leaves the body and goes away, either mother or father, the Ancheshti Samskara should be done to them by elder son along with his wife, along with all his younger brothers and their wives. It should be performed. This is the last rites done to Jiva on who is born. One who is born has to die, and we believe that whoever die, they will take birth again till they get liberated, moksha. According to their karma phala, what all actions they did, according to their results, they have to take birth again. For whom this Ancheshti Samskara would be done properly, according to Shastra, their dynasty grows well and very auspiciousness occurs to them, to their Santana, their children. And this Jiva also, to whom this Samskara is done, without any difficulty, this Jiva, he can go to the higher residence, that other Divya Lokas, according to his karma phala, the Jiva's karma phala. Without any hindrances, he can go. Now, for whom this Ancheshti Samskara is not performed properly, for them it becomes difficult to go to Uttama Lokas. We know the story of Sagara Chakravarti's sons, 60,000 sons of Sagara Chakravarti. They could not go to Uttama Lokas because they were burnt into ashes by the curse of Kapila Maharshi. So when Bhagiratha brought heavenly river Ganges, the holy Ganga Mata, then when Ganga Mata flew over the ashes, then they could go to Uttama Lokas. So as soon as the Jiva leaves the body and Jiva goes out, then the Aurtvadaihika karmas should be performed as per Shastra. That is our custom. So every year, now after that, doing these Aurtvadaihika karmas as per Shastra for 12 days, then on 13th day, Udaka Shanti and all they have to do. Then every year, every month till 1 year, every month on the same tithi, they have to do certain karmas, pinda pradhanas, chartha karmas and all. After 1 year, Samvatsarika should be done. After that, every year on that tithi, they have to do this. This is how, because till 11 days, 10 days, that would be that Jivi would be there, the Atma would reside there only. Then later, after Kapala Moksha, of course, but it starts its journey. But every step, the son, the children, they have to offer them food. Whatever they offer and give food there, that would be given to that Jiva there, to that Atma. Then for every 1 month, that would be 1 day for them till 1 year. After 1 year, every year would be 1 day. So lifelong, the children have to do this Tat Dina Shraddha Karmas, and then their parents would be getting food continuously without any hindrances. Then after doing this, the children, the most important duty of the children, sons, is to give Pinda Pradhana in Gaya, and if possible, to give Pinda Pradhana at Badarinath also. More important than these karmas is to listen to the words of parents when they are alive, to do as according to their will and wish, to keep up their words, to give happiness to their minds and heart. This is most important. So by doing all these three, the son would be called as a real son. Putra, we say, Punnama Naraka Trayata iti Putraka. So Putti is a sort of Naraka, and when these Orthodaihika karmas are done to Jiva, that Jiva need not have to go to that Naraka. Jivato Vakyakaranath Pratyabdihi Puri Pojanat Gayayam Pindadanena Trivi Putrasya Putrata. These are three are the most important duties of a son. The the seed sprouts, then it becomes a plant, then it grows again, then branches come, sub branches come to it, and it finally grows into a very big tree. Fruits and flowers come to it. It remains for a very long time. Later, automatically, the leaves start to wither away, The branches also would be loosened. Then slowly, once the tree also perishes. This is quite natural and normal to all those who are born. So it is common for all human beings also. So we, all human beings, all living creatures, they got Shadbhava Vikaras. Shad Vikaras means changes would come there. Asti Jayate Varthate Viparinamate Apakshiyate Vinasyati. So slowly, first it exists, then it takes birth, then it grows, it changes, then it starts decaying, then one day it perishes. So we should try to live full span of life, told by in our Vedas, given by our Maharshis, doing righteous deeds, dharmika karyas, according to our kartavya karmas we have to do without any interest for the fruits, nishkama karmas. As said in our Gita, offering the fruits to Paramatma we should do. We should always be ever ready to leave this body and go away whenever the call comes from the God. Because from where we have come, we have to go there. And by that, so every day we should be ready. So, in fact, Rabindranath Tagore, all of you know, he said that when death comes and knocks at my door, I will set my guest with the vessel full of my life. He is very ready. Whenever death comes, we do not know. It is always at the back of us, like our shadow. At any moment, it may take us. So we should be ready. Having spent the whole life with Satyanishta and Dharmanishta, doing Dharmacharana, Kartavya Karmas, worshipping Agnihotra and Surya Bhagavan, a sadhaka, at the end of his life, when he is on deathbed, he prays to sun god and fire god, Krutam smara, Krato smara. Oh sun god, oh fire god, you know what all I did throughout my life. You please remember my deeds, my intentions, my feelings, the chastity of mine. Please lead me to Uttamalokas without any difficulty for me when I leave this body. Make me leave this body without any difficulty. It is there in Isavasya Upanishad. Now people say the greatest fear in this world is Mrityupaya, which is inevitable. When that which is inevitable, why one should be worried about that and be afraid of that? So we should never be afraid of this death, that it is just a natural process. And also our Shastras say that the death is only for the upadhi, just as the garments which become decayed or old or torn, we leave them without any mental suffering. Similarly, the body also, when it becomes unworthy, the jiva leaves this body and takes another body which is very healthy and strong. So, Ajo Nitya Shashvatayam Purano na Hanyate Hanyamane Sharire, says our Upanishads and Gita also. So, it is the body that decays and not the soul. So, Shiryata iti Shariram, that which decays, it is the very nature of Sharira. Dahyata iti Deham we say, Deha Dehi we say. So, it is natural. That which is being burnt is Deha. So in the olden days, they used to leave the body not with any diseases, but with yoga. Yogenante tanutyajam. So that would be possible by doing our duties properly, leading dharmika life, practicing yoga, etc. throughout our lives. Thus, when one leaves the body, how to purify that body and the jiva that existed in that body is well explained in our Gruhya Sutras, Dharma Sutras, and also in Garuda Mahapurana. Garuda Mahapurana gives a very beautiful descriptions, and also how to lead the life is given there. Sri Mahavishnu Stotras are given, Vratas are given. If we follow, we need not have to go to any Narakas. All Narakas are described there in Garuda Mahapurana. Then Dharma Shastra, Granthas, and Garuda Purana explain us all these, so we should be aware of them. So how to do these apara karmas is also given in our Gruhya Sutras, Dharma Sutras, and even this Garuda Mahapurana also. The procedure of doing these karmas, in which path, what sort of jivas are going. The Punya jivas will go on a pious path. The jivas who performed wrong deeds, sinful works, they would be going on such paths which are very difficult for us. So like that, so many procedures are explained there, so many karmas, so many margas, so many narkas are explained there in that Garuda Mahapurana. Then after Samvatsarika, every year this Shraddha karma should be done, and then the jiva would be very happy and bless the dynasty. So when children sense that their mother or father, they are going to die, then what sort of vratas and danas should be given and ahutis to be offered, all are well explained. Now after the body, that is the children should, the elder son and daughter-in-law should make the mother and father, that is those who are departing, they through them they should do all these danas, vratas and all. Then with mantras, when the person leaves the body should be purified with the mantras. Then Antima Yatra starts in front of all the relatives and friends. Now all are aware of what is to be done on all these days, and how many days the Ashaucha lies, and how to give good food on 12th day and get Brahmana Ashirvachanam, that, and to do Udaka Shanti on 13th day, etc. All are explained in all our Shastras and Garuda Mahapurana. It spoke about the Mahima of Sriman Narayana and the methods to reach Uttama Lokas and Vishnu Loka. We all should lead such a holy, pious, righteous life, and following all the Shastras, Samskaras done to us. So when all these Shodasa Samskaras are done to us, we can live here happily, getting good name and fame, enjoying all sorts of happinesses. And hereafter, after leaving the body, also can enjoy in Uttamalokas. And we can get liberated if we are mumukshus. We can get mukti. Now here, Shodasa Samskaras are completed. Swasti for all of us. Swasti prajapyak paripalayantam nyayena margena mahim mahisah go brahmanepya sukhamastu nityam loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Swasti.
Okay, thank you, Shalaksh garu. Now we will go for Janagana Mana. After that, any question answers with some interaction.
Okay.
Now, Visalakshi garu, is she there?
Yes, I am here.
No, I'm talking about Chavali.
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you recite?
Yes, sir. Janaganamana adhinayaka.
ప్రార్థన అండి.
Pardon, sorry.
Sorry.
Okay.
Om swasti prajabhyah paripalayantam nyayena margena mahim mahisha go brahmanebhyah shubhamastu nityam loka samasta sukhino bhavantu kale varshatu parjanyah prithvi shasyashalini deshoyam kshovarahitah brahmanas santu nirbhayah aputrah putrinas santu putrinas santu pautrinas adhanas sadhanas santu जीवन्तु शरदां शतं सत्यं वद धर्मं चर स्वाध्यायान्मा प्रमदः सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। सर्वे जन सुखिनो भवन्तु। स्वस्ति।
ధన్యవాదములండి. చాలా చిట్టిబాబు గారు, ప్లీజ్ రిసైట్ జనగణమన.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा। तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा। जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जय हे।
ధన్యవాదములండి. చాలా చిట్టిబాబు గారు, చావలి విశాలాక్షి గారు. And now we will